Right then guys, time for something a little bit different. We're rolling it back to where it all began. Just under a year ago I started playing golf again, and it was here that I started my journey towards where I am currently. Now, the last time I played here at Westridge, I shot an 87, so that is our target score for today. I've been struggling with both my irons and my driver as of late, and purely because of the way in which that I'm trying to groove my driver. I'm also going to give a big shout out here to the strap series on no laying up, because that has been a big influence to me over the last few days. I'm just trying to play some fun golf again. I hadn't counted out how far that putt was, but it looks like it's just over 3 of me, so I'm going to go for about a 20 footer I've just sunk there for a par, and that is a great way to get this round up and running. As we enter hole 2, 315 yard dogleg, I've got a 7 iron in hand, and I'm just trying to get it down the fairway because the dogleg is very excessive here on this course. Don't hit it very well, so we're just going to lay up out here to the right here with this 56 degree and get ourselves a good position to try and hit the green here. But unfortunately, you know, it's gone left. As I say, I'm struggling a little bit of late with some of my play, but a lovely 60 degree wedge here to get us back in and putting. Still a fairly decent length putt here for the bogey, and it does go a little bit wayward, but it's still easily here checked in for the double. There we go, in for the double bogey. And I also want to give a shout out to Adam from Not a Scratch Golfer. Been watching a lot of his stuff lately, and you know, just trying to get into this mindset of playing golf in a different way, having more fun with it, using the psychological aspects of it. And there we go, chunky monkey down, but it has got onto the green, that shot, so we're onto the green for 3. Now, in the summer, when we're not playing off the temporary tees, this would be a par 4, which I've actually hit in the past with the 4 iron, and this is a particularly good putt, good length on it, and has got us up there with just an opportunity to sink this one for bogey. So yeah, as I was saying, this round is not only getting my eye in for a society match that I'm due to play shortly at this particular course, but also just to go out and have some fun, because the course I play at is really difficult, especially in the weather conditions that I've been playing in as of late. So I just wanted to get out there and you know, play some different type of golf. This is a par 4, 235 yards from the normal tees, and we're on the green for 2. Chance here for birdie and to get us back to 2 over. Not enough juice on that, and that's why we end up off to the left, but it is a tap-in par. We'll take one of those all day long, and it's kind of stabilised the round and help us get the best out of this particular front 9. Par 4 here, 315 yards. As you can see, I'm trying something a little bit different with the driver now, trying to play with a bit of a draw. Is turning into a bit of a hook, if I'm honest, so I do need to rein it in a bit, but I've only got about 120 yards here with the pitching wedge. Land it just shy of the green, and shout out here to Golf Sidekick for this one here. Planting feathers, growing birdies. I mean, this would be some kind of a chip here if I managed to get the birdie. You say that, I actually hit the stick. Does roll on through though, and that does give us a pretty long putt here to clear up for the par, and we can't replicate that long putt that we had on the first, unfortunately, but it is a tidy up here for another bogey to take us to 4 over for the round. Hole 6, 220 yards it's playing today. usually a little bit longer in the summer. Decided to go with driver, and I'm just trying to ease it down there, which we actually do on this shot. Still leaves us about 40 yards in though, and as you can see I've walked, which means I already knew where it was heading. It did actually pitch on the green, but rolled out to here, gap wedge back in. Haven't really put enough juice on that, unfortunately. I reckon this is about a 9-footer. Oh yes, how about that for a par putt? You'll notice as well that I've got the Arnold Palmer Puma hat on as a bit of a nod to the Arnold Palmer Invitational that we had last week. Short par 3 here, chance for an ace. Just got a 56-degree wedge in hand, only 95 yards to the pin. It was very much on line, but I did leave it a little bit short. You can just see my pitch mark to the right of the ball, so it stopped rapid. Don't get it quite high enough on that putt, but as always we will take an opportunity to tap in for par. So the par 3 8th usually plays nearly 200 yards, but today, because we're off the temporary tees, it is only 130 yards. I've got the pitching wedge in hand, and it's a bit pulley, this one. It does land on the green, but once again bounces off, and it means we've got a pitch on here with the 60 degree. Lovely little shot, this one, and gives us a chance here of checking out with another par. Bit more of a longer range tapping, that one. It's not what you'd really call a tapping. It's a bit of a knee knocker, but we do get our par as we head into the last of this side of the card. As it is only a 9-hole course, so we will play it twice, and gap wedge there just shy of the green, off to the left, again pulled to the left. Knock it on pretty close, happy with that. And again we've got a semi knee knocker to take the par, and we grab it with both hands. So only 4 over going through the front 9 as we head back around the stretch. 4 iron again off the tee, but this time I managed to push it right. Last time we were left near the bunker, if you recall. This time now, off to the right, pin high, 60 degree wedge in, and that pitches literally next to the flag. It does run out though, and gives us a look here at par. Already walking it, so we know it's not going in. Tricky one here, maybe, for the bogey. Now we managed to tidy it up, and we do move though to 5 over. Going with a 6 iron this time instead of the 7, and I get the shot away that I really wanted down the right hand side with that nice baby draw, and gives us a bit of a look at the green. Pitching wedge I take here rather than the 9 iron. I really needed the 9 iron for the length, but I just knew that we would be struggling with height over those trees, so decide to take the pitching wedge, and I did actually clip the top of the tree. I decided to put this one rather than get the gap wedge out. Just thought it was the safest option. Didn't want to blade it through the back of the green. And we're left here with a tap in again for par. Really solid stuff going on here, completely on the par train as it stands. And here we are on hole 12, once again 201 yards from this tee box, and pull that slightly down the left hand side. You can see I'm not too happy with the outcome, and this is a shot that I should have walked away from. I wasn't happy stood here over this ball, and for whatever reason, I just decided that I'm going to play. You can see that my right hand foot is in a bit of a tricky position. I just didn't feel comfortable. I should have walked away, and I scull it through the back of the green. I mean, it nearly hit the flag. If it had done, it might have prevented this very tricky shot that we've got here. Remembering that this is a par 3, so this is our third. And to be honest, I'm kind of happy with the result here. You'll see that it's not realistically a great effort because it's gone all the way back through the green. But a very good chip here with the gap wedge, and leaves us with a really tricky putt for a double bogey. But as you can see from the fist bump there, I'm really happy with that. Could have ended up being a real card wrecker there, you know, triple, quad, bogey, but we tied it up as a double and we move on to hole 13, putting that aside. We're 7 over now. Can we get ourselves back in this with a birdie? This is the type of hole where it's possible. It's a shortish par 4, 40 yards out here with the 60 degree, and it is an absolutely great pitch into the green. Gives us a really good look here at birdie. And there we go. We tied it up. Back to 6 over. Hole 14 on the par 4 again, 312 yards. And it's pretty much the same drive as we had the first time round the loop. I've took the 9-iron now this time rather than the pitching wedge because I just figured I could just take a bit off of it rather than trying to push the pitching wedge. And it does mean that we get here onto the green with an opportunity, a look at birdie. It's a long range effort though, but it does present us with another tap-in for par. Could have gone back-to-back birdies there. Fortunately, not quite getting the birdie putt, but I'll take a par any day. Hole 15 is to the 220-yard par 4, and again, a decentish drive, but it is a little bit further left this time than we were last time. Got the wedge in hand, and if you remember last time, we dropped off to the right-hand side of the green. This time, we've managed to tuck it in closer. Birdie look again. And I got a bit aggressive with that one. Bit aggressive. So we just need to tidy this one up for the par. Yes, we'll take that. Another tap-in par. And move on to the 95-yard hole 16. I've taken the gap wedge this time because of how we were short the last time around. Took a bit off of it, and you'll see in a moment. Honestly, as this was in flight, I thought I was getting my first hole in one. But tap-in birdie. We'll definitely take that. Right, pitching wedge again in hand for hole 17. This time I decided to try and push it a bit further right, and it stayed out there, to be honest. Didn't really take my usual draw. Really good putt here. I thought this was in. I thought we were getting back-to-back birds. It is literally on the edge of the cup. Just tidy that up and move into the last hole with a par there. So if you remember last time, we were just a bit short left. Gap wedge again, and same results. Here we are with the gap wedge from the fringe. Don't quite get the same connection as we got the last time around though, and that's left us with somewhat of a knee knocker. Can we tidy this one out for a par? A bit of a bobble along the way, but it goes in, and it's another par carded. Now, I know obviously we're going to have to talk about score in a moment, but I just want to say that I had so much fun during the course of this round, and that was what this was all about for me. And that's probably why I wasn't really concentrating on score up until that double bogey, and then I suddenly realised, hang on a second, where am I at the moment? What kind of score have I got on the board? And then, you know, at the end of the round, we've got 11 pars and 2 birdies. So yeah, I just want to say what a great round I had at Westridge. I've knocked 20 shots off of my previous tally here, and obviously we're playing off of winter tees, so things have been moved forward, so it's not really representative of the last time I played here. But then you have to consider the fact that I haven't been playing particularly well with my irons or the driver as of late because of the way that I'm trying to introduce a draw to my driver game. But at the end of the day, let's make this a lesson to everybody out there. Stop trying to play golf for score and just have some fun. Anyway guys, I really hope you've enjoyed that video. If you have, don't forget to smash that like button, and if you're new around here, subscribe to the channel for more content.